Welcome to Native Talk Arizona, presented by Native Health and KRDP 90.7 FM. Later in the show, host Lanasha Pawadi talks with Megan Gourd, CEO of Three Tribes Trading. And she'll chat with Charmayne and Hugh Dawahoya, co-owners of Bear Beans Coffee based in White River, Arizona. But right now, Lanasha speaks with Tashina Machain, Outreach Coordinator with Arizona Indians into Medicine.
I'm host Lanasha Pawadi. The goal of Arizona Indians into Medicine is to recruit, support, and encourage Native American students to enter and succeed in health professions. In the studio with me is Tashina Machain, Outreach Coordinator. Hello, Tashina. It's an honor to have you on our show today.
Hi, Yate.
And please kick things off for us with an introduction of yourself, Indigenous heritage, and your story.
Okay, great. Yes, my name is Tashina Machain. I'm the outreach coordinator for Arizona Indians into Medicine currently. I'm originally from Navajo, New Mexico, located very, very top near sort of Crystal and Shiprock. Everyone's like, where's Navajo? Where's that at? So that's originally where I'm from. I am half Mexican and half Navajo. My clans are Kia'ani, which is Towering House. I'm born for Mexican people through my dad. And I'm Tachitni and red running into the water. And, of course, Nakadin'e, which is born for Mexican people.
Oh, awesome.
I'm currently also an MPH student, so Master's in Public Health student at the University of Arizona. Almost there into my internship. I have really always been interested in all aspects of health. So I wanted to pursue medicine in my early years, and then eventually evolved into, learning more about the program coordination side, and found out that I had a knack for, helping students pursue and navigate their dreams. So that's where I'm at now.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. And can you tell us some more about the University of Arizona's Indians into Medicine program?
Yeah, so the Arizona Indians into Medicine program is a grant program that actually is for Indians into Medicine through Indian Health Services grant. So there's several universities that actually have the grant. So we have North Dakota, Montana, and a few other ones. And we also have like sister programs. So we have Indians into nursing, Indians into psychology. So these are several grants that actually take place throughout the country and awarded to universities and schools that have programs and have interest in the same mission to elevate the number of Native Americans in health programs to serve not only the general public, but their tribal communities themselves. So Arizona Indians into Medicine, we really focus on the aspects of helping those students navigate, whether it's helping through financial aid, helping them to pursue the MCAT, preparing for the MCAT, as well as getting them involved with Native American programs, cultural activities, and then just giving back to their own community through the tools that they're learning. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. And where are the programs located?
So University of Arizona has several programs that they work with. Right now, we have 2 medical schools, one in Tucson, Arizona, and then here in the downtown Phoenix campus at the Phoenix Biomedical Campus. We also have several other health programs that we partner with. So Arizona Indians into Medicine really assists those programs if they have Native American representation in those programs, such as pharmacy, public health, nursing, of course, medicine, and a few of our newer programs, midwifery, physician assistants, as well as physical therapy. So we really help those programs to get more Native American students' interest in their programs, learn about the pathway, and how to just be really successful.
Mm-hmm. And who is eligible to apply for these programs?
So Arizona Indians into Medicine is very unique in helping assist many students. So we work with K through 12. I go out to several elementary schools and we'll do hands-on activities with them. We do like dissections, like sheep heart dissections, the eyeballs so that they learn like the anatomy.
Oh, wow.
We also help our high school students. I have a presentation that helps students now sort of learn about the pathway and understand that a health career actually starts in high school. Mm-hmm. So their interests, what they want to pursue, what kind of specialty that they want to go into, really helps them to figure out how to prepare with the courses that they have to take, how to prepare for the rigors of college and pursuing a medical school. And then we go on to university, undergrads and graduate students who are sort of getting a little bit closer to preparing for the MCAT and, it's the study skills, the interview skills, how to update their resumes. And then all the way to medical students. We have several medical students right now who are in their second and third year. We help with their financial ability to pay for some of the tests that are really, really expensive when I see them. And then they, in return, utilize their skills to giving back to their community and, helping with those elementary school activities. So they'll be the ones like putting on the hands-on activities and stuff like that.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. You guys really have a lot of resources out there for students of all ages, K through 12, and also through college as well. And you did mention about financial aid. Are there scholarships to help cover any fees that they may occur?
So right now we have not technically a scholarship, but a fund for students who are active in our program, again, participating in those activities where they fill out an application, they tell us how much it is, and then we'll navigate our system and see how much of that we can cover because it can get very expensive for students. So it's on a case-by-case basis. They have to be a student at the University of Arizona, undergraduate, graduate, or medical students. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I know you had mentioned how health professions is kind of sparked at a high school age or young age. How early should individuals be thinking about a career in health professions?
Oh my gosh, that's just like a huge question right now. There's plenty of studies that are being done, like when does that start? I think for Native American students where it's very unique, they have grown up with seeing a lot of disparities. So it can start for as young as like 5th grade, kindergarten, students playing dress up, like what you want to be. Do you want to be an astronaut? Do you want to be a doctor?
Yes.
So those who decide that, it's never really saying when exactly they should be prepared, but academically prepared, I would say like middle school. And really focusing on the mathematic courses and science courses. So.
And what would you say to individuals who are maybe even considering a career in health professions that are maybe a lot older and maybe want to change their career path?
Oh, like health starts at any age. There's so many different avenues going into healthcare. You can, I tell a lot of my students, like my high school students, you can start a health career professionally at the age of 18. You can take dual enrollment programs through your local community college and actually prepare to take the placement exam once you graduate high school and turn 18. And you can be an allied health professional, which is EMTs, CNAs, different programs that are at the college level. For our older communities, it really does, when that spark does happen, of course, everything that's happening now, a lot of individuals are looking to try to pursue health professions. And for the older generation who are considering that, like, do it. Like, there's community colleges that have those same programs that are 6 months to 2 years. And some students, they actually finish a little bit earlier sometimes. So the certifications for allied health professions is a lot shorter. To pursue medical school and undergrad, like, it's at your pace. Pursuing in a health profession, we always say through Arizona Indians into Medicine, it's a lifelong journey. Students, zigzag, pursue something else, have families, and then go on to be successful physicians. So it's a lifelong path, and it always just starts with asking those questions.
Oh, yes, definitely. And why is it important to have Native Americans apply to medical school and work in public health?
Right now, we're seeing a lot of, I think it was exacerbated, actually during the COVID-19 pandemic, the underrepresentation of Native American physicians in our communities was huge. A lot of our communities were affected by the way that a lot of doctors, traveling nurses, and people who weren't from the community were actually coming in and trying to ease the restrictions and, ease the burdens that, the pandemic had taken place. Even basic clinical visits were non-existent. And so getting more Native American students into positions of public health and medicine are essential because they understand the community. They know why grandma and grandpa, why sometimes it takes longer for them to get through their appointments. Understanding that individuals travel long distances for healthcare. Because they live through that. And the fact that they're coming back and serving their own communities, they're more able to gain housing access. They're able to endure all the elements of, living in an isolated location, and also combining not only medical skills with their medicine and what they provide in their services, but also the personal aspect, speaking in the same language, or having those relations and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very, very beneficial.
Oh, definitely. And speaking on the same topic of how kind of COVID hit different programs, different places, have you seen an increase in applicants since COVID?
Yes, we have. A lot in the nursing and medicine fields. We saw a really large influx of applications of going to medical and health programs specifically. So the COVID-19 pandemic, of course, we had a lot of delays too. Some students that were about to take their MCAT exams had their tests delayed, like pretty much canceled, and a test that they have been preparing for months was all of a sudden stopped.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of these students had to go straight into public health, and they were the ones that were manning the vaccination centers, helping with mask making in their communities. We even have one student who shares their experience of, running supplies back and forth from Tucson and Phoenix to their home reservation to, basic needs, so that they can do it. And, those are the things that they put on their application. And so seeing the increase now a few years later is huge, and their interest on their applications, seeing what they say, and they're like, the COVID-19 pandemic really opened my eyes to what I want to do in life, and I want to be of service in the healthcare field for my people.
And I know you've worked with many students. Do you have any favorite success stories?
Now that this is going to probably go live in a podcast, all of them are success stories. But we do have a few that I personally have had contact with, and they are amazing because Adam Carl, he's a second year medical student, I believe. He has been featured in several articles. He has been doing great work. But what really I like about him and a number of our students, they give back. Mm-hmm. They take time out of their busy, hectic work schedules at learning to be doctors themselves to come back and help high school students serve on panels to share their story of, not only struggles, but the successes for many of our students. So that is key because a lot of our medical Native American professionals are right now all doing that. They always make the joke like there's three, a conference I had went to, there was 3 medical professionals in the same room, and they're just like, everybody's here, like who's manning the hospitals? So the need for more Native American health professionals, because our students and our professionals are doing the work to motivate and create more spaces for Native American health professionals.
Mm-hmm. And finally, how can our listeners learn more about Arizona Indians into medicine? How can they contact you if they have further questions?
So sending me an email is the best way. tmachain@arizona.edu is my email address. So any interest from high school or elementary school, those visits. We also have a website at Wasaja Center at arizona.edu. If you go on there, we have a link to ask questions and any flyers about, college resource fairs, class presentations I'm willing to do. So I'm back on travel. So we were doing everything virtual for so long, and now the U of A has given us the green light to go travel again. And I'm like, yes, okay, we're going to go to the classrooms. So definitely an opportunity. But if there's a conflict, I can definitely do virtual. I've learned to do everything pretty much behind a computer for classrooms. So there's that capability too.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. I would like to thank you, Tashina, for taking time out to talk to us today to tell us more about the U of A Indians into Medicine program.
Thank you.
Coming up, Lanasha talks with Megan Gourd, CEO of 3 Tribes Trading. Support for KRDP 90.7 FM comes in part from Native Health, with 2 locations in Phoenix, 4041 North Central Avenue, Building C, near the corner of Central Avenue and Indian School Road, and at 2423 West Dunlap Avenue. Native Health is also located in Mesa, at 777 West Southern Avenue, near the corner of Southern and Extension Roads. Native Health provides primary medical, dental, behavioral health, WIC, and wellness services for the urban Native American community. For more information, call 602-279-5262 or visit our webpage at nativehealthphoenix.org. Native Talk Arizona returns after this song. You are listening to A Warrior's Love Song by Aaron White.
Welcome back to Native Talk Arizona, presented by Native Health and KRDP 90.7 FM. I'm host Lanasha Pawadi. Megan Gourd is the CEO of 3 Tribes Trading, bringing innovation and support to business owners through development, mentoring, and resource sharing. Hello, Megan. It's an honor to have you on our show today.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure for me as well.
And please kick things off for us with an introduction to yourself, your Indigenous heritage, and your story.
So I'm originally from Portland, Oregon. I live in Tahlequah, Oklahoma right now with my husband and our 6 children. My mom is Blackfeet, and I'm also Gita Taguda Band of Northern Paiute, governmentally known as the Fort Bidwell Indian Community. We're working on kind of reclaiming that name. So I'm on the council for my tribe for the Northern Paiute as a council member.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. It's a pleasure to have you today. Can you let us know more about what is 3 Tribes Trading?
So 3 Tribes Trading really kind of came out of my school experience. This was probably like 18 years ago. I started in entrepreneurship at NSU, and I quickly found myself really arguing with a lot of my instructors about what the bottom line is or should be. It's very min-max when it comes to business most of the time. And I felt like, little 24-year-old me was arguing about, what about our communities? What about, our personal development? What about all these other kind of tangible things that we should really be incorporating into business? And back then, social entrepreneurship really wasn't a thing, wasn't a key word, key phrase yet. And I left really feeling like there was a lot lacking. So my husband and I, he's got a master's in entrepreneurship, really wanted to have something where we incorporated that Indigenous worldview. So it's Rattling Gourd's ethical business consulting. But when you really break it down, it is really looking at that. Am I being a good relative? Am I thinking of all my relations? Am I incorporating my community? Kind of what's my overall with my business? And so, as soon as we started Rattling Gourd, and that's been established since 2016, we quickly realized we were going to have a lot of subsets. So we came into 3 Tribes Trading because he's Cherokee, and obviously I'm Blackfeet and Paiute. And as far as like the Rattling Gourds part, his family, they used to be the Rattling Gourd makers, and then kind of as time went along and you had to write your name down, it got shortened to Gourd. But that's why, again, we're kind of reclaiming that name as well. So that's why it's Rattling Gourds.
And can you let us know or tell us more about the MIT Solve Challenge?
So that really was one of those weird opportunities where, on LinkedIn, somebody was sharing some information. Somebody shared it, and I was like, hey, you know what? These are these things that we're kind of working on. So I've been on my council for a couple of years now, and so Northern Paiute, our band anyways, we don't have a grocery store, we don't have a gas station, we don't have a library. And so we've kind of been working on this plan to bring tech centers, wanting to have remote workstations, but not just for work, really having places where people can tap in online, they can access kind of, a lot of people are, they're intertribal. So we've got people that are multiple tribes, and that way they can attend their council meetings, they can work on their language. And when I saw the challenge, this Indigenous Communities Fellowship is what it is, and so they've had it for a few years. And there's lots of different business plans that were submitted. And then again, mine specifically dealt with having to bring broadband. I know some tribes already have it, some tribes are working on it. There's a lot of infrastructure going in right now to help tribes do that. But just having the resource doesn't necessarily mean that you know how to use the resource. And I know that from being on council, suddenly, we're familiar with sovereignty, but that doesn't mean that we understand the bureaucracy or the governmental rules that go in with ICWA and HUD housing and Indian housing block grants and all these other things, right? So in the last couple of years, I've really had the opportunity to get a lot of education online through a lot of other really amazing Native organizations. And I wanted to be able to bring that to my people, to other people. And so really kind of our one-liner is we want to indigenize the idea of working from home by bringing innovation, employment, and tech to Indigenous communities. We wanted to have rotating STEM rooms. We wanted to have big gaming rooms. We want we kind of understand that, by not having employment opportunities, we go away to school and then we come back and there's nothing for us to do. There's no place for us to work. There's no housing. And then in turn, so there's no children. There's nobody to learn the language. There's no one to help the elders. And there's all these things that we kind of need to work on. And the Tribal Resilience and Innovative Business Centers was kind of our helping with that. That was kind of our idea. We made it all the way to the finals. And kind of one of the comments on it was, that some places are already doing things similar. And I absolutely agree with that. There are some of the big tribes that kind of have some stuff together, but there's a lot of us smaller tribes that really, like I said, right now we're still working on getting reliable internet, and sometimes even just having the phones work. So it's kind of an ongoing thing for us. But yeah, it was quite an experience to be able to go through it. Learned a lot.
Oh, wow. And the services that you provide, is it like nationwide or specific to your area?
So we were wanting to be able to have it in multiple locations. And the idea is really that each location would be relevant to the people it's serving. So some locations have certain resources. Part of it would be able to have either an ISP, which is internet service provider, or to have data storage, data warehousing. And so some locations would be able to have that, some locations wouldn't. And the idea would be that hopefully some of those that would, that funding would help to support those that did not, because we understand that not every tribe has the same resources. And, some can put in more than others, but we want to make sure that we're still serving those that can't, even if they don't have a lot to give. And so that's one of the things that we've been kind of working on. And that leads me to, so there's a place, an organization, it's called Connect Humanity, and they have a tribal broadband boot camp. And if no one's aware of it, you absolutely have to check it out. It's educating people kind of either on the base level, or if you already have internet service providers. And so I met a lot of other tribal organizations that some of them have their own internet, some of them are working on being their own providers. They're all doing all these amazing things. And the Tribal Broadband Boot Camp will actually help get, whether you're in council or utilities or just super enthusiastic about broadband, they'll send you to their camps, and you get to stay there for like a few days and learn all about this stuff. And they really help support you to get there. So that's a really amazing resource as well.
And is your organization, does it have a physical location, or is everything kind of done online?
Everything that we do is online because we want to be able to serve as many people as possible.
Oh, definitely. And do you offer any workshops or classes?
Right now we have what we're doing is like a jumpstart session, just being able to help people get through their pitch or their development, business development, or kind of helping them to find the resources that they need. I know a lot of times, especially for, businesses, there's a lot of barriers. And so it's really kind of, and sometimes honestly, when you're in business, maybe the people around you aren't as enthusiastic about what you're doing. So it's nice to kind of talk to people that hear what you're doing, understand what you're doing, and then help kind of support you on that journey. So, we try to, we're going to have that coming up. So.
And Megan, do you have any success stories you would like to share with us, or any upcoming businesses? We've helped a lot of little businesses just kind of through discussion and mentoring. I don't know if I have any that, like I said, even just the MIT thing was pretty cool. We're going to implement some of that for my tribe, trying to get some of those resources going. We really are kind of a one-on-one. And really kind of helping people tap into some of the other resources that they have and helping them work through their own problems. So it's kind of been an ongoing sessions with lots of different little businesses kind of throughout the last few years. Earlier, we did have an interview with a small business, a coffee shop small business owner, and we asked them this question: what advice would you give others who are looking into starting their own business? Can you share your advice with us? If you're wanting to start your own business, it's definitely kind of stop and assess
who you are and why you're doing it. Take a look at your resources and plan to make connections and network with other people that are doing the same, because you'll find you'll get a lot further when you collaborate with people and you understand kind of what you have available, and then leveraging those resources.
And going back to the broadband, do you see some tribes installing broadband and providing these services to their members?
So the Tribal Broadband Bootcamp actually really just put that right in my face. When we first started a couple of years ago, and a lot of this money was coming out to tribal entities, and we really, like my tribe, we didn't really know what to do with it. We're like, what the heck, weren't quite sure where exactly to go with it. But attending the Tribal Broadband Bootcamp really helped me to see that there are lots of little tribes, and they're all kind of doing their own thing. Hoopa Valley's kind of doing their own thing. They're working on being an internet service provider. I've seen some that are utility companies that are adding it in, and then even just working on the infrastructure or doing wireless satellites or trying to get fiber to their communities. There are a few that are working on similar kind of like innovative business centers, which is really awesome, really exciting to see that. So yeah, there's quite a few out there that are really starting the journey.
Megan, is there anything else you would like to add that we haven't covered?
I just wanted to say that as far as business goes, and I think this is why, like for us, business development was so important. It's really understanding that kind of our responsibility within business, taking the time to kind of incorporate that Indigenous worldview. I'm going to throw a book out there called Transformation Beyond Greed, Native Self-Actualization, and it actually talks about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and he actually got the concept from a tribe in Canada, and the idea that actually what he presents is actually flipped upside down. So native actualization or actualization is actually the most important, and when we look at business in that way, and we step back and we think about our communities and what we're doing for people, it really kind of changes what business is or how it should be presented. So to me, that's how Three Tribes Trading tries to operate. And I would love to see more people kind of incorporate it. It's that social entrepreneurship, but taking it a little bit further. So and letting people know that they can be supported. They have a lot of resources. And I want them to stop and realize that what they're doing is generational and it has impact and it's amazing. And I look forward to seeing all the things that people come up with. Yeah, it's exciting to me. It lights a fire for me. Every time I talk to somebody in business, it's amazing.
And finally, how can our listeners learn more about the Three Tribes Trading, and how can they contact you if they have further questions?
So I'm on Instagram with Three Tribes Trading. I have Fair Sovereign Native on Instagram. My LinkedIn is Megan Gourd. You can find me any of those ways. We're actually going to have a jumpstart session coming up just to kind of help people work through whether it's development, their pitch, or just kind of, resource sharing, trying to get people going. So we've got that coming up. But you could always find me on LinkedIn and Instagram. And if you have questions about any of those things, the boot camp, the MIT Solve, there's resources that I'll have some on my Instagram as well. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions anyone has.
Well, I would like to thank you, Megan, for taking time out to talk to us today to tell us more about Three Tribes Trading.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Up next, Lanasha chats with Charmayne and Hugh Dawahoya, co-owners of Bare Beans Coffee. Support for KRDP 90.7 FM comes in part from Native Health, with 2 locations in Phoenix, 4041 North Central Avenue, Building C, near the corner of Central Avenue and Indian School Road, and at 2423 West Dunlap Avenue. Native Health is also located in Mesa at 777 West Southern Avenue, near the corner of Southern and Extension Roads. Our friendly Native Health family health advocates can help you enroll, renew, or update your access information. This can be done in person, on the phone, or via Zoom, days, nights, or weekends. It's fast, easy, and can make a difference in keeping your health care coverage. For more information, call 602-279-5233. 6262. Native Talk Arizona returns after this song. You are listening to So Many Dreams by Keith Secola.
Welcome back to Native Talk Arizona, presented by Native Health and KRDP 90.7 FM. I'm host Lanasha Pawadi. Bare Beans Coffee is a mini shop and mobile cafe and bakery based in White River, Arizona. On the phone with me are co-owners. Hello, Charmayne and Hugh Dawahoya. It's an honor to have you on our show today.
Hi, Lanasha.
Hello.
And please kick things off for us with an introduction of both of yourselves and share a little bit of your story.
My name is Charmayne Dawahoya, and I'm from White River, Arizona, and White Mountain Apache.
Yeah, my name's Hugh Dawahoya. I am Hopi from Shingopave, Arizona, and of course we reside here in White River, and that's where we established our business.
Oh, wow. It's a pleasure to have you both on our show today. And can you guys tell us a little bit about your coffee company, Bare Beans Coffee?
Yeah, we actually started about 4 years ago. We started out as a mobile unit and traveled all over Arizona, mainly to the reservations and rural areas. And we also established a mini, kind of like a drive-up, walk-up shop here in White River. And right now we have traction to grow, so we are opening our third location in Sholo, Arizona as well. So we're growing and we're keeping busy. Right now we offer a lot of specialty coffee drinks as well as specialty concoctions that we do here at the shop.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. And you were on our show a few years ago, and it looks like you guys have expanded quite a lot. And you said that you are going to be opening your third location soon in Sholo?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. We actually have been in talks with Walmart for about 8-9 months, and we finally locked in a deal. So we'll be entering the Walmart location in Sholo come 2023.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And why and when did you guys, or you guys started 4 years ago, but why did you guys want to start your own coffee company?
Well, we're both HR professionals. We're in the corporate world, and we were always helping other companies look fabulous. You know, we help them look good, and we said, you know, we have this passion for coffee already, and we were already making our own lattes and espresso and everything at home. So we said, you know what, we love doing this. We love to bring this to our native country and in those areas at the reservation. So we said, let's transition over and build our own company. And we're doing our best to make ourselves look good now.
We focused a lot in the beginning on traveling with the mobile cafe to a lot of different remote areas. And that was just because having jobs in the Phoenix metro area for so long, you almost never get to go back home, and we really wanted to reconnect back with our roots. So we started mobile first.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. And I forgot to ask earlier, where did you guys come up with the name Bare Beans Coffee?
Well, we actually, we call our son Bear. And, hopefully down the line he'll want to take over the business. And essentially we had him in our thoughts, and we always kind of have that with us when we travel with Bare Beans Coffee. We name him Bear, so it just kind of made sense.
Oh, wow. And where do you guys get your coffee beans?
We partner with a local roaster in Tempe. They do direct sourcing, which is something we were really focused on when we started the business. We wanted to be able to have ethically sourced products. So right now, and actually for the last 3 years, we kind of focus on South American regions for our espresso. So we bring our beans out from a little farm in Brazil, and then for our other cold brews and drip coffees, we partner with a farm in Papua New Guinea to pull their beans from there.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. And can you tell us about your Bare Beans Bakery?
Yeah, so the bakery is a custom bakery, and then we also feature different pastries in the shop every week. It ranges anywhere from craft pastries like cream puffs and macaroons to simple pastries like cookies and cupcakes. And then we also do a lot of custom bakery orders for the people in the White Mountain community.
And did COVID impact your business?
Greatly, yes. We started before COVID really hit, and so we had events lined up for 6 to 7 months out, and then we got hit with COVID and everything canceled and halted. So honestly, it made us reevaluate our company and how we were operating, and we work very lean and mean. So it actually gave us a good understanding of where we need to be moving forward, because it helped us to, we make our own syrups. That came purely out of the necessity, working in a rural area, but also, when production lines and shipping lines stopped, so did the flavors. We couldn't get them anywhere. So, Charmayne, being a great cook and baker, she actually developed all our recipes for our own syrup, and they're all natural, all organic, and they're a lot less sugar, about 44% less sugar. So that's kind of one thing that happened because of COVID. So we see COVID as kind of a growing opportunity, because it impacted us greatly, both financially, and we just adjusted and we adapted though. So it kind of helped us in a way.
Oh, wow, that is amazing. And Charmayne, what type of flavors did you create?
So right now we produce about 98% of our own syrup. We feature different fruit syrups seasonally, but right now on our line we're carrying caramel, vanilla, French vanilla, hazelnut, cherry, strawberry, blueberry, guava, pineapple, coconut.
Yeah, and even a pumpkin pie syrup that we do.
Wow.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
We just recently released 2, marshmallow and cookie butter. So they're all natural syrups. They have simplistic ingredients. We produce them every week, so they're freshly made, and it's just got such better quality.
Oh, wow, that all sounds so delicious. So do you kind of sit down one day and kind of experiment with all these different flavors and create your recipes?
We do, yes, we do. So right now I have a drink that I'm trying to create with a maple bacon syrup, and I'm thinking maybe a little cinnamon, or maybe put it in a latte, or maybe even like a milk tea. But I'm in the process of trying to make something with them.
We always have something creative going on.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. And do you guys have a favorite story about Bare Beans Coffee?
Oh, there's so many. I wouldn't even think that we'd have a favorite, but some of the memorable ones that we had is, I think one of still is like the little cowboy at the rodeo. We sponsor the junior rodeo, and so we service a lot of the kids that come. So one of the kids that had come up dressed up in his boots, got a nice big championship belt buckle on, probably about
he was
7.
A little guy,
yeah, probably like 7 years old. And he said, "Hey, can I get a free drink?" And we said, "We can give you a discount. You know, what do you want?" And he said, "Well, how much is it?" And we said, "Well, we can sell it to you for, a few dollars." And he said, "Well, I don't have it. Let me see." And he breaks out his wallet, and he has a bunch of 5s and 10s and 1s. So this little kid was just trying to get a free drink out of us, but he had plenty of money. So
we're teasing him. We're like, "Did you win?" And he's all, "Yeah, I won. I won woolly riding." And we're like, "Here he is over here trying to get free drinks."
Oh, wow. And Charmayne and Hugh, do you guys have any advice for anybody who is maybe wanting to start their own business, not necessarily a coffee shop or maybe even a coffee shop, but just wanting to get up and start their own business?
Yeah, I think the best advice you could give somebody who's in that like planning stage is to just take the jump and do it, because there's so many things with starting a business where you just can't plan for. All these unexpected changes come up, or there's new regulations that pop up, or things that you didn't even know existed that you need to have. So until you're really in the grind of getting it going, you really don't know everything that goes along with it. So just getting started, taking that first step, and then just taking them as they come.
I agree. And then also pre-plan. We pre-planned to start our business for 2 years before we actually started our business, creating infrastructure so that way when we did start, we would have as least surprises as possible. So that would be my little input on that.
Oh, definitely, and try to plan for as many things as you can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you guys let us know or remind us where your location, your drive-up location in White River, and also kind of where we can follow you for your mobile unit?
Yeah. So our drive-up location, the address, if you use Google Maps, is 1123 South Chief Avenue in White River. Or if you just like res directions, it's right next to Game and Fish, right in the main area of town. And then our mobile, we post our location whenever the mobile is going to be out. And you can follow us on Instagram at bare.beans.coffee or on Facebook at barebeanscoffee. And then the website is, of course, barebeanscoffee.com.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. And can you give us a little insight in where your Sholo location will be?
Yeah, so it's actually going to be in the Walmart location. It's a super Walmart, and it's right on the main road of Sholo. I mean, there's like all the other businesses around.
One road in, one road out.
One road in, one road out, basically. It's right on the main strip there.
Perfect. And finally, can you remind us again where our listeners can go to learn more about Bare Beans Coffee, and how can they contact you if they have further questions?
Yeah, so as Charmayne mentioned, we do have Facebook and Instagram. I want to say that's where you'd find most of our up-to-date communications is through our social media. But, of course, we do post things on our website at barebeanscoffee.com.
Well, I would like to thank you both, Charmayne and Hugh, for taking time out to talk to us today to tell us more about your amazing Bare Beans Coffee.
Thank you for having us. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to Native Talk Arizona, presented by Native Health and 90.7 FM KRDP. Our executive producer is Susan Levy, sound engineer is Javier Quiroga, and our host is Lanasha Puwadi. We hope you will tune in again next week. If you have any questions, please reach us at nativetalkaz@listen2krdp.com.